Hey, meditation man. How you doing? Doing this is so raw, you know. Hey, Q. Oh, what was wrong last night? You type slow. Hey, River, what's going on, sister? I'm having a hard time today. There's just like, there's like so much, just local things that are different. Just roads and just things look very strange to me. I'm just trying to process everything, you know. I had a day off today and went out with the girls and stuff and got very frustrated with just the way everything looked. Just things, you know, gone, things added. It just seems like sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. It was just I think this last shift was just really big, you know? Oh, I love you too. Just something's wrong and I can't put my finger on it. Meditation man said, I was feeling tired of the synchronicities and the deja vu for an hour or so, but it came up and I'm one of the no jacket, barefoot, snow walking guys. Yeah, I grounded today and it didn't help. I just need to get my energy up and I'm struggling. I'm really struggling today. I'm just trying to, I mean, when you notice like so much changing, it just, sometimes you just can't wrap your head around it. I just felt very disturbed. Thank you, I'll take those hugs. I watched her Rationally earlier, and there's a picture of her eye. Like she took a close picture. Oh, I look pretty. Thank you. I'll take that. No, but there was like a close picture of her eye, and it looked like the outer rim of her iris was like starting to become a hexagon. Not the pupil, but the outside. It's very crazy. I don't know, that was disturbing to me. Then she started talking about evolution, and I was like, bye. I love her. She's a sweet girl, but I can't hear it. I still have some issues about all that. I just can't listen to it. Yeah, like her iris, like her I don't know, it was like the outside of it, it was flat on one side, and it just looked like it was starting to become a hexagon. Yeah. I don't know, it's just a little weird today. Everything was off, and then, me and Joe were talking, my husband, and, stop sign eyes. Yeah, it was really weird. And I kept looking at mine. I mean, mine looked fine. Yeah, like an octagon or a hexagon. But yeah, that's all I can do. You know, it's just weird. Just the whole thing. Just going to the grocery store and just all the weird food there, and I don't know. It just something seems off. I guess I'm just tired. We've been working a lot on our house. My husband's rebuilding our chimney. We're trying to, you know, trying to get ready to move, and I feel stressed. I'm really stressed. I don't know. Oh, I watched can't remember the woman's name. Oh yeah, Once Upon a Timeline last night. She was talking about some stuff. I was just like, oh my God. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I mean, like, even like, Monday. Did you see his last video? One of his last ones. I mean, he was just like saying people have disappeared. Like, he can see, I mean, he does something with computers that I don't understand. Like, it's his job. And he had like all of these people on a network and they're just gone. Sometimes I wonder if we're going through like levels of rapture. Adam couldn't sleep. Hey, cutie. But like the roads are shrinking. Why are the roads shrinking? Why are houses disappearing? Why is that? I mean, are we gonna like shrink down to an island? Is it all gonna disappear? He is saying we're in a simulation that's totally fucked up. But I can, yeah, I mean, it's like, I think it is, I've always thought it was a simulation, like, but organic. Like it was made to be this way. I watched this episode of Black Mirror, I think it was Black Mirror one time where this couple, they lived in like this strange world and it was kind of like a dating game. And they wanted to be with each other. It's like the computer picked who they were with. And it just went on and on and on forever. And then eventually they just realized they wanted to be together and they ran away. And when they did, at the end, they were just in a bar and really their consciousness was inside of like a dating app. You know? Are you gonna like wake up one day and this is just all like a simulation? Like a holodeck. I don't know. It's fucked up. I'm having a rough time. Yeah. Oh yeah, Adam knows what. Yeah. Yeah, and it was like, they actually their consciousness was in the simulation like over and over and over again, but they kept choosing each other. So then the dating app was like, "Okay, you're right for each other." I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in years. Yeah, shit's fucked up. Sometimes, hey, Lindsay. Yeah, it threw me off for days. But it's just like, hey, Korrie, Jade. I just wonder, like, if we're just things kept repeating, and just repeating. Like I'm doing the same thing over. I feel like I'm like stuck in Groundhog Day. I'm tired of just the constant deja vu, and I mean it's just really exhausting me today. Especially just because I'm usually in a bubble. Like I get up, I get ready, I go to work, you know, I come home, I might go to the grocery, like I make some food, like I take care of my family, and then I go to sleep and I do it all over again. And today, like I actually went out there and rode into Jackson to get food, and you know, went to different places, and things that were just open like the other day are like totally shut down and stripped. Roads are shorter. It's just, I don't know. And sometimes I think, you know, you guys. You know, it's funny, I watched a little bit of like M.A.'s stream, and he was like going through that book, and you could just see like, I mean, there's been a lot of changes, and his wheels are just turning. Like turning, turning, turning. And you see certain people do that. Just like research and research. I just can't do it, but it's really hard when it's like stuff in your everyday world. You know what the roads look like. You know what businesses are open right, like right up the road from you. I mean, it's just shit like that. It's just bullshit. Linsby said, things look different today. I got some dental work and was listening to the assistant talk about regular life. I'm glad I live in this world. What happened to Patrick? Where is Patrick? Is he okay? Is he sick? What is going on with him? Does anybody know? Yeah. I know that my consciousness is real, but that's about it. Or I think it is. Where is he? I mean, did he decide he couldn't do this anymore? Planning vacations on Disney cruises? Oh, he has family issues? Okay. I wonder if he's having problems with custody or something. Sorry, my energy's so low. I'm just off today. Oh, earlier I watched Suso's live stream. He's like quizzing all these people in a bar. I don't know if he owns that place. I guess he does, but that was pretty funny. And then the sheeple were like questioning it when they got everything, you know, wrong, or he started telling them about like, not in this timeline. And the people answering the questions were like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Thank God for this shit. Okay, I'll listen to your morning stream. Yeah, Suso's a silver fox. He is cute to death. Oh well. I'm a married lady. But he's cute. He's cutie pie. What the fuck is my liquid? It is. Time to fill the vape again today. I filled it 3 times. Been vaping like a crazy person. You know, I went to see my doctor the other day and I was so distressed. And he was like, do you want some Xanax? I'm like, no. And he called them in anyway. And they're just sitting there. I'm not getting that shit filled. I'm not going to do that to myself. I don't want to numb myself down and become another member of the herd. No thanks. Just rather not. Oh, right now, I mean, I've got different stuff. I got like custard shop. I've got This one's like peachy punch. I just walk into the vape shop and I'm like, what do you got that's good? I've been vaping so long. I've tried almost all of it. So I've been doing this since like 2010. Yeah, I'm not gonna, I have enough issues with my health, and now I can't eat like half the shit that's out there. So it's hard to get here. I'm telling you, my grandmothers, both my grandmothers took it every day for years and years. Their little blue pill at night. Yeah, custard chop is a good one. Yeah, it's not good for you. I'll tell you this. I used to be a loss prevention agent for a department store, and one year I caught 112 shoplifters, and like only 10 of them were not on Xanax. That shit makes you steal. It like gives you like an impulse control problem, like just a lack of of danger. I mean, just do things you would normally do. It's not good for, I mean, it's just not good for your mind. Oh, well, I do. I have to have 6 milligram nicotine. Wait, what? Meditation man, you're going off the rails. Let's see. Cut my fingers off and give me aspirin. What does that mean? What the fuck is this shit? It says they gave me, Korrie Jade saying they gave me Xanax when I was 13, anxiety. Later somebody OD'd on it and that was it. Yeah. Oh yeah, man, shit makes you steal. Just filling the Xanax. That shit sucks, man. No thanks. Makes me sick to my stomach. But I was like, I should have 2 prescriptions waiting. And they were like, because I get like prescription fish oil, and I get like medicine for my lupus just in case I have a relapse. I went and got some more just in case I need it. Bite. Oh, Xanax plus alcohol equals a bite handlebar in your rib. I don't know. I just don't want to dull it. This Sunday, I think I'll go have a float. I think it's strange that, that we just put ourselves out here, like, just let our raw emotions, like, sit there for everybody to see. I mean, I don't know if that's good or not. This is so strange. It's got Baylo, my baby. So adorable. Yeah, the float chambers are really cool. I'm going this Sunday. Fuck it. I know, I just feel like really down in the dumps. Ooh. Scott Baylo thinks I'm adorable. That made me happy. Yeah, it does have its ups and downs. And it's just rough when you see like your environment changing like that. Yeah. I feel bad for people just starting this. I can remember like when I was at the height of it, I was just like obsessed with it. I mean, all I did was research. I mean, we sat there and made charts, like Joe and I. We were just like in a cocoon. Just like making charts, looking at all this stuff, predicting things, making things happen. And I just, I had just had a breakdown. And I was like, yeah, there are changes. Like, yeah, you can chart it and all these things, and you can predict. Like, my husband can sit there and predict, like, who's going to win the Super Bowl and stuff like that just through numbers. And I just think, well, what's beyond it? Like, what does this mean? I guess that's why I just don't, like, I talk about God a lot, and I just I'm trying to understand, like, why this is happening. I mean, I think something big is coming. I can feel it, and it's just, I mean, things can't shift and change like this. I mean, there was a road that I went down all the time to like pass from one city to another, and it's just like so short. And there was like a hill with like 3 trailers on it. Where did they go? Where are those people? It's really bothering me. I mean, sometimes I would go through there early in the morning and I would get caught up behind a school bus, and I would see the kids like coming out, and I would think, are they all family? You know, sometimes I look at people's homes and wonder what their lives are like, and it's just gone. It's just not there anymore. The land's not there. What happened to it? Where are those people? It's really distressing. It's really distressing to me. Oh, Scott Baylo, you're here a little late. Like I was driving around today, and like things are different. Like my town is different. Like streets are shorter, businesses are gone. Like businesses that were there like a day or so ago, they're like stripped and they've been closed down for a while. It's just like it's like after this last shift I just noticed like all these things are like changing like in my personal like space. You know. And I just felt so confused and upset today. Happy 420. I don't know what that is. Oh, and I watched like a replay. Scott says, I've only seen a few things like that. No, like today it was like really bad. Just a lot of things, and I thought I was losing my damn mind. I hope so. I mean, like I think about it in the Bible, and they say, there's like I don't know where it is. I'm gonna have to search for it, but there's like a quote where they say, there'll be one man in the field, 2 men in the field, and one will disappear and one will be left behind. Like, are we being left behind? Where are these people going? Did the past change so much that they just were never there? The land never formed like that? I mean, what does this mean? And I've gone through this before, but it's like right now I'm just really, I mean, I've never seen it happen this much. Like usually it's like one little thing, or I'll just notice something like, oh, I never noticed that was there, or man, that place is gone. But now, I mean, today it was just a lot of shit. And it's just, sometimes I just wonder, am I losing my fucking mind? Where to loot. That's funny. I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm wondering. Or do you see that where you are? Have you been driving around? Because I think a lot of us are introverts, well, like maybe not like the most social people, just because, you know, it's hard to speak to anybody. I mean, I have to do it for work, but like I'm in a cocoon. I just, do my routine and I come home and I don't socialize a lot. But then like today I got out there, and I was riding around, and I used to be a vendor, so I mean, I know the city quite well. I mean, I used to go to a lot of different places, and have to service all these shops, and it's just gone. Scott says, I keep having this thought that it's all about learning to let go. Yeah. The text is so small. I just want to get to the land and then just disconnect. and just, you know, like just from society in general. And just, you know, that way it won't be so painful. I'll just be there, like tending my garden, raising some animals, you know, eating the food that I grow. You know, I can work on my artwork. I can like teach myself more metal smithing like I've been wanting to do. So, where's Patrick? Patrick, where have you been? I've been worried about you. I've been hoping you would come back. I was just asking if anybody knew where you are. My schmoopy, you can't leave. I keep looking for you to live stream, and it's just, I guess it's just been a couple days, but I'm like, where's Patrick? It's story time, Patrick. Better tell us what's going on. I wants to know. Like I'm getting all comfortable. Yeah, I missed you too. I kept thinking about you. I was hoping you didn't disappear. I'm going nutty. Yeah, the main thing is like, you know, just as long as you're okay. That's all that matters, really. Scott saying, don't you think it's going to be damn near impossible to let go of the people he's asking Lynn's fee? I don't know. I mean, I think as long as I have some people around me that are affected, I'll be fine. You know? I mean, at this point, like, I'm willing to just sell all this shit that I have and, like, go buy, like, a storage building and just live in it. I don't even care anymore. I just don't care about any of this stuff. I don't care about money. I don't care about any of it. I just want peace. I just want some peace right now. You know, and I know my kids have all these aspirations and all these things. You know, I don't want them to despair. I want them to look forward to the future. So, I mean, I just want to live in a little dwelling somewhere. I want to be like a wild man in the woods. I would be happy with that. You live in a barn. See, that's what I want, you know. Patrick. That's terrible. That's really bad. It's such a crucial time, too, in her life. I mean, that's one of the things that, you know, we used to never, like, let our kids go for walks in the neighborhood and all this stuff, and we used to always tell them, you know, this could happen, that could happen. You know, and you want to protect them like they're little kids, but then when something bad happens to them, it's just... Like my daughters are starting to come home with stories about, you know, their friends, like, oh, she, you know, had sex with this guy at, you know, after prom, and, you know, and it's just hard to hear. Like, I don't, you know. Just remember, don't take revenge. You can't take revenge, Patrick. Even though you probably want to. Just, you know, I think the best thing to do is just to, you know, just stay close to her and, you know, just tell her how precious she is and how much you love her all the time. And I know you probably do anyway. I don't know. You know, they did this survey one time with men and women, and they asked women, what are you most they asked men, like, what are you most afraid of? And they said, you know, like women laughing at them or, rejecting them. And women, what are you most afraid of with men? And their answer, the biggest answer was like being killed by a man. Like, women are always afraid that men are going to lash out and hurt them. Yeah, I mean, you make sure she understands that's not her fault. It doesn't matter what the circumstances were, you know. She's just a precious little baby. She didn't deserve that shit. That's wrong. I unfortunately scared my kids so much that, like, one of my daughters is like, you know, I mean, she's told me she's, like, kind of afraid of men, you know? I mean, they're both kind of skitterish. Yeah, you're doing right, Robert. I mean, Patrick. Why do I do that? It's because Patrick Roberts. You have, like, two first names. Yeah, all you can do is just, like, you're doing the right thing. You're a good dad. That's all you can do. I'm glad to see you, though. I was worried. Yeah, you do a good job. That's the only thing you can really do for him is love him, in the end. I'll be praying for your baby. If she never needs to talk to somebody, I mean, no. I mean, it's horrifying. I was standing around at work one time and we were all talking about, like, our first times or whatever. And out of all the women standing there, 5 women, 4 of us, our first times were violent like that. And it just shows you, like, what women have to go through. And some men. It's just not talked about with men. Yeah, I mean, it's rough. Like, for me, it's why I tried to commit suicide when I was 14. It's just like, it's rough. Did you rub Scott Harrison's bald head? Scott Harrison's face has changed, like, quite a bit. Like, his features are his features are softer, and I don't know, maybe it's because he had his teeth out, like, in the back, and he's not feeling as sick anymore, but I don't know. Oof, Korrie. That's fucking horrible. I don't understand why. And, the counselors that I went to, like in the mental hospital I had to go to afterwards, they were all saying it's not about sex, it's about control and anger and all this stuff. And I just still didn't get it. Like, how could you do that to another human? Like, I couldn't sit there and hurt or, like, get pleasure from, like, terrorizing someone. What is that? Is that demon possession? How can you get pleasure from that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, is that happening to them? I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I just don't understand any of it. I mean, and I'm a mom, I've had kids. I couldn't look at a little boy and feel, like, aroused. That doesn't make sense to me. But men are not like that, you know? Patrick says my ex-wife had to hold me back. She told me beating his ass. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that would terrorize her more. You know, to lose you. It's like they're demon possessed. I saw this one video of this guy who was on a motorcycle and he had cut off another motorist. And the motorist confronted him at a light. He got out of his car, and I mean, he was just like punching the guy on the motorcycle. The guy on the motorcycle holds the guy down, and he's like, you know, he was like, I mean, you think it's okay to just come up? Like, what is the matter with you? He never hit him back. And you could literally see the guy's face change, like the demon left. And he just didn't know where he was for a moment. So strange. Yeah, Korrie, like when we're kids, we always blame ourselves, don't we? Yeah, Linz, you saw that? That was a messed up video. I can't even remember where that was, but I love you, Korrie, Jade, so gorgeous. I'm glad you're not letting that shit get you down. I mean, somebody really close to me, somebody really close to me, a guy, he was saying that, you know, he was raped by a neighbor, you know, and he said, like, when you're a young boy and that happens to you, like, it just explodes your mind, like, you can't, you know, like, when you're that young, you just can't, you just don't even really understand what's happening, you know. That's so bad. Well, little kids don't understand. They don't have, I mean, Scott's saying, I don't understand why you think it was like your fault or whatever, but little kids don't understand like true empathy. Like that part of their brain hasn't really developed, you know? So they say, so the experts say. Oh yeah, they like manipulate the child. You know, children are brought up to believe that adults are honest and they tell the truth. I mean, that's why Jesus even says, come to me as a child, like with the mind of a child, like totally trusting. And that's the way little kids are. I mean, even if you interact with kids in public, like I see little kids a lot and I'll be like, hey, you know, they're just honest, you know, they trust you. And I buy these like organic suckers and I'll bring them to work. I'm like, you know, do you want a sucker? And they just take it from me, like totally trusting, you know, and all they see is their little bubble and they don't understand. They don't understand other people's bubbles yet, other people's thoughts and realities, you know, that it doesn't revolve around them. You remember the moment when you realized your parents weren't perfect, even no matter what they did to you? Like when you're a teenager, you come to this realization that they're just not perfect, and it's very hurtful. Yeah. Well, we love you, Patrick. We'll be praying for you and your family. Poor little baby. Yeah, like I can remember being in the mental hospital and like sitting there and just being like, you know, they have the perfect marriage, like sticking up for them when the therapists were trying to tell me, look, you've been through a lot of abuse. And I'm like, that's normal, you know, like everybody has to go through that. I mean, I wasn't the only kid there going through all those things that I went through, you know. It was like a group of people, you know. And I mean, I saw other kids. I thought it was normal. I mean, we were told not to speak about it. But I just thought all that, you know, I defended them for a long time. They have the perfect marriage. They're the perfect parents, and they were horrible. You know? Well, some people's parents are sweet and loving, you know. Like I feel like I've been really good to my kids, you know. I tried to be the polar opposite of my parents, but of course I had a shitload of therapy you know, before I had kids. And then I married somebody, like, my husband's got a degree in psychology, he's got like a minor in biology, you know, so he specialized in like early, you know, childhood development. And so, like, you know, we were really careful with them when they were little, like what they watched and what they consumed. And, you know, we tried all these methods to make them feel secure and proud and, you know, self-reliant. Like, we didn't just like have kids and just run with it. Like, we were really careful and planned out all their, you know, tried to help them like be successful people because we were so broken as children. We wanted them to have a good start. It was like really important to us. So, but you know, a lot of people aren't like that. They just, you know, I mean, I have a sister-in-law who had a bunch of kids, and like my parents raised two of them. Like another child of hers is like somewhere, like we don't know. Yeah, there are people like that out there. Or there are people who just have kids like their possessions. Like they can be traded later for things. Like in my case. So, you know, for power or whatever. Oh, Scott, your mom does seem like a sweetheart. She seems like a sweet lady. Like she's kind of carefree, you know. That's probably why your personality is so sweet, because she seems like a nice lady. I know Korrie, Jade. You know, I have a daughter that's a lesbian and nothing ever happened to her. And you know what? I could tell when she was little. She's the one that breastfed a long time. I mean, and even years afterwards, like if she saw, like when she was young, like if she saw my cleavage, she would just lay on my breasts and look up at me. And I was thinking, this little girl's going to be a lesbian probably. And she ended up, that's the case. I could just tell, you know, she, like during some, one phase, you know, usually little girls will be like, I'll get you a drink, Dad. And they try to romanticize their fathers, but she was like that with me. So I knew. That's why when she told us, we were all like, okay, whatever. Patrick says he's going to be on at 5 a.m. and after Scott tomorrow night. Oh, okay, so you're doing both? Whew. Yeah, I was looking for you tonight. But oh, that's good, Lindsay. Scott's like, I don't like it when people think they have your life figured out by what you've experienced here. Yeah. You don't really know another person. Like even like I've been married to Joe for in July it'll be 20 years, and then we lived together for 2 years before that, and we were friends for about 8 months to a year. And there are still things about each other. You can't really know them. I mean, you think you do. I mean, you know them pretty well, you know, better than you know most people, but I mean, everybody has a secret life inside their mind that you just can't know. This is like so far off the Mandela effect, but it's just like, I don't know. I guess I'm so distressed by just seeing my environment change, like so drastic. It's just so drastic. You know, my kids are in the car and I can't sit there and like upset them. Like, what am I supposed to do? Point out every single thing and make them feel distressed. So, love you, Patrick. Love your heart. It'll be okay. Yeah, it's hard in the moment when you're going through these things, but you know, I think it's gonna eventually make her a stronger person. You know, we all have our trials and our crosses to bear in this life. Yeah, it's true. You know me. Like, I just can't. See, I've been seeing this for so long, I have a rough time. You know, part of me wants to escape it. You know, just live in the middle of the woods somewhere in a geodome with a wood burning stove and just forget all of this. Oh, Patrick, I heart you too. You're sweetie, sweetie pop. It's a big, you know, it's just like such a hard burden to bear just to be awake amongst the sleep. It's like the zombie apocalypse is here. It's hard to deal with all these people. Especially when you have to like wait on them for a living and make small talk. I feel exhausted at the end of the day when I'm selling jewelry. I'm just like, lady, get the fuck out of my face. Can't you see reality's changing? But, you know, you can't do that. Gotta sell that ring. And work's been slow. I mean, we get nothing but repairs. Like, I haven't sold a lot. It's really pissing me off. Oh, yeah, they suck the life out of you, and they want all this attention, especially in the business I'm in, because you're selling luxury items. You know? Like, I mean, I think the most expensive ring I've sold has been like, maybe $30,000 or something. I mean, these people come in and just buy it like it's nothing. It's crazy. One time during this last Christmas, this one guy came in and bought like $24,000 like yellow diamond, and then like the next day I sold like a 17.5 like big emerald cut like 3-stone ring. It was just like back to back, and I'm just thinking, like, how many people could you feed with that? You know, I mean, I have a lot of jewelry, but a lot of it comes out of, I buy like stuff that people sell. Like, I like old jewelry. Like, they'll sell stuff in, and I think that thing's gonna get melted down, like I'm trying to save it or something. Like these little crosses. I have like a little cross and like a little miraculous medal here. And the little metal, it was gonna be melted down. And I was telling my boss, you can't melt that down, it's probably blessed. So I bought it for 40 bucks out of the scrap gold. So I just like the antique stuff, the stuff nobody else wants. Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot my teacup. And my house is like, if you saw the amount of tools that are sitting in my kitchen, God, it's just like a construction zone in here. We have shit everywhere. I'm trying to fix this place up. It's coming along though. My husband ripped the entire facade off the, like I'm walking past like a big pile of wood right now. It's like, look at this shit. It's like the, hey Penny, see like this stuff? That's what's going to be the siding for the chimney. So, and then my husband's tools are everywhere. Just like nail guns and these people with the cabinet doors. I hate school counselors. They're assholes. Ooh, there's fog outside. Yeah, see, and I don't live in like a big house. I don't have a lot of stuff. It's like a little 1,100 square foot house. It's got 1 bathroom and 2 bedrooms. Well, we had like rotten wood like around the edges, like on the corners. We replaced all that, and then we rebuilt the outside of the chimney. We've redone the bathroom. We're about to gut this kitchen and then put in new flooring. And we just put in a new air conditioning system because we didn't have one and it broke down. because we just don't give a shit. But we're trying to like make a profit off this house. That'll give us the final push of money needed to, you know, get our land, so we can leave all this shit behind. I mean, really, I would go live in one of those Home Depot sheds right now. Just put some sheetrock in it and I'd be pretty happy. Oh, I love my jewelry, girl. I wear all my rings. No, it's just old and dated. You know, just like the oak cabinets. I'm gonna put in like gray cabinets. You know, some new, like ones that are not assembled that you put together and then install. I'm gonna put in a pantry and new appliances, just so that's all nice. And we're putting in, instead we're gonna rip up all this carpet and put that tile floor that looks like wood, just so that everything looks nice, and you know, we can get the maximum value for this house. You know, you don't understand, like where I live too, like the neighborhood over, I mean, it's like $250,000 homes. Like this is like a starter neighborhood, and it's like one of the only affordable places in my school district. And if you fix up these houses, you can get good money for them, because we didn't pay much for it. So we could stand to make a profit of like $30,000 or $40,000 hopefully, because you know, we've been in it for a while, so we've paid down the mortgage. It'll help us with the, you know. I don't know. It's tea time. My husband bought me and my girls this Keurig. And I use it like a hot pot. Like I don't even make coffee in it. I just make hot. I use it for hot water, basically. Watch out, Penny. You can't lay in front of the sink, baby. Good Lord. I have like a separate like spout over here that's connected to my my alkaline water machine. Filling up my Keurig. If you worked outside your house, you would wear them. I wear them most of the time unless I'm cleaning, which is not often right now. Just because we're fixing up everything, it's hard to keep it straight, it seems like. Yay. Oh, those are cool. I'd like to put in the Euro style cabinets with the feet that are metal. You can get them, but my husband's opposed to that. So, ew, I didn't want this one. Where's my new one? Oh, my yerba mate. I gotta have it. I don't think I did it far enough. Look at my magnets. It's all like pictures and junk. I think I still I have some things that are like from when the kids were little. I still have them on the refrigerator. Oh, they gave my daughter some kind of sign. And it's like, you know, she made a high score in the ACT. So they made her like pose for a picture for this banner at school, and it's in the cafeteria. And now they want us to put a sign in our yard. And she has to take a picture of us all standing by the sign. She's not happy about it. Like, it's embarrassing. It's like nobody's business, you know? Oh, man, I love those old refrigerators. They have this place online. It's called, like, The Big Chill is the company. And You can get like all the retro, they're brand new, but they're in retro style appliances, but it's like to outfit your kitchen, I want to say it's like $10,000 or $13,000 in just appliances. And that's ridiculous. I'm not doing that. I want to see those pictures. Just wait, Linz. They get older. They can help you. One of my daughters does all of our laundry, folds it, puts it up, which is nice. She's a sweetheart. And then our other daughter does like dishes and things like that. Keeps the kitchen straight. But what am I going to do when they're gone? I've gotten used to them helping. Oh, remember I was showing y'all lumpy bumpy oranges? Now they have, I went to the grocery today, they have small ones too. They're mandarins that are the same thing. Now look at these things. They look like they have blisters. I mean, it must just be, I don't know if it's a new variety. Somebody looked them up and said they've been available since 2011, but I've never seen this before. Whatever, I bought them. I'm going to buy the Mandela affected fruits and eat them all. Oh, was it a blood orange? Did you refinish it with like automobile paint? You can do that with appliances. I have a name that starts with a C and it's got a pink flush. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna start looking at all the fruit, especially when I go to the farmer's market, like when that starts up. I'm trying to get the honey out of here. I'm losing people because I'm so boring. MA on his stream was saying like he's not impressed with a lot of us that do these streams. I wonder if I'm one of them. I think I hurt my feelings, but that's okay. Whatever. I mean, everybody's got their different things that they've been through or they're going through, you know. We can't all be professors at this stuff. Today's streams have been very fruit themed. Yeah, I was going on about it last night too. Yeah, it's like lately my energy's just fucking gone. I'm real tired. I'm trying to open this jar of honey. Look, local Mississippi honey, y'all. It's good. So good. Yeah, I just don't have the energy to do anything. Thank you, Scott Baylo. Patrick says, has anyone noticed how well the census work? Like my nose can pick stuff up extra strong. Oh, like your senses. Yeah, sense of smell. Oh, yeah. Tupelo, honey. What do you know about Tupelo, Mississippi? Marlo, are you in Mississippi? So good. You know, you can live off of like bee pollen and honey. It's got like all the vitamins and minerals you need. If you have that in water, you could just live off of that. Adam says his nostrils are filled with vape smoke. Same. I love you too, Adam. It's just really odd. Like, we just, sweet as Tupelo honey. Like Topeka County caviar. It's good. I'm going to take this lumpy bumpy with me. Fuck it. Tupelo is a hard word to spit. Hey, Penny, gotta always lay right in my way. Stepping over dogs. Can't believe I'm gonna breed all of these dogs. My husband wants to get a stud, like do stud service for Abby for her first litter, and I'm like, I don't want her to be raped. I don't want her to feel forced. It's very upsetting. It's an upsetting concept for me because I feel like she does have feelings. Like, I'd rather have a male that we raise, that she loves. I don't know. I just think that studying situation's kind of rough or something. My little poor baby. I mean, I don't want her to feel, I don't know. I think that's, I guess people think that's stupid, but like, I don't want her to feel bad. She's my dog. Yeah, like when you see it, I've seen it before, and it's like, especially with horses, because I grew up like, you know, competing like an English saddle and things like that. And so, you know, you end up going to horse farms, and like sometimes, like I had a friend who had a ranch. Her parents had, like, they bred horses. And you know, you would watch like people bring their horses there, and you know, they would tie up the female horse and they put them in a really small stall together to make sure they mate. It's just kind of, sometimes they help the male horse, like, you know, it's just gross and wrong. Yeah, I just think it should be like more like organic. I've seen that before. We used to breed Jack Russell Terriers before we had kids. And I don't know, just seeing it. But I mean, they grew up together, you know. They slept in the same little dog bed and they loved each other. And then when our female got eaten by a cougar in Poplarville, Mississippi, we lived in the country. She got like attacked and eaten by like a local, like, you know, wild cat. They have cougars here. And when that happened, like, the male just like laid on the back porch and starved himself to death. He was so upset. My puppies. It is sad. It's sad to see animals react like that. Poor things. I mean, they have, you can't sit there and tell me that animals don't have a mental life. They do. Yeah, apparently Mississippi, like the area I live in, like all the schools, that's their mascot. This is like an, just like their ancient, like, migration path is through here. And they come to this area to have cubs and stuff. Or whatever they are. Kittens, babies. So this is where they come to mate and settle down because it stays warm. I know, like when people are like, "Oh, look, this chimpanzee can draw something," or, you know, he can get a concept, or, of course he fucking can. You know, everything has, I mean, dogs have dreams. So do cats. You can sit there and watch them sleep and having a dream, and then you're telling me they don't have, like, thoughts or a mental life, you know? So ridiculous. That's why I just can't eat animals anymore. I just can't do it. It really is. I mean, it just shows you like how beautiful and amazing this place can be, even with all this horrible stuff we have to deal with. Yeah, and like animals sit there, like especially like I've noticed with my pets, they sit there and bother to learn my language and my tones and what I mean. And then there's so many pet owners that don't bother to learn theirs back. I'm gonna see how this lumpy bumpy is. Strange. It's easy to peel. I've just never seen one. Seems like a normal, I don't know. It's kind of odd. I want to see what this ruby red is. I gotta find this. It's pretty good. I mean, it's like a normal little. Ah, I dropped it. It's like a normal little orange, though. It's not bad. Looks good. It's pretty good. I like the fruits of this place. It's got an odd flavor, but it's alright. It's not ruby red, it's just like a little mandarin. It's just the skin is all blistery looking and strange. I've just never seen them before. And so that's the thing, I eat loads of fruit. Yeah, they're ugly, but that's okay. It's just like when we go to glean crops, like they'll just throw potatoes out because they're not the right size, and it's just bullshit. Well, hey, Robert Wood, how are you doing tonight? I've never seen you on my stream before. They're called ugly. Oh, the pink fruit. I'm gonna write that down so I can look it up. And he's already out. Be right back. A piss break. Scott Baylo says there's a chimp video where they recorded them bringing bananas in front of them, played the sound back to a different chimp, and they pointed to the picture of a banana. I know. I mean, they... Yeah, just like, you know... I know y'all have all heard about, like, when the, they gave, like, a little group of chimps, like, money and taught them the concept of money for food. Have y'all ever heard of, have you ever watched any of the stuff about black goo? You and the monkey videos. What do you think about that stuff? I wonder if they harvest it and change it and put it into the chemtrails so that they can program us. Like crazy thoughts like that. Yeah, I'd like to see that stuff for myself. I don't know if it's a myth or what. Yeah, there's a that guy Harold Vella that talks about it. His video is very interesting. No, probably not. Maybe so. You know, I came to the conclusion about a year ago that there's probably not really that many humans. I just don't think there are many of us. I mean, I don't know if these people even exist, if they're like digital representations of people, you know, kind of like Mr. Smith and the. It's just like, you know, whatever that thing was, the little cop in the Matrix movies. See, it's so synchronistic. They were just talking about geoengineering and Iman. That guy is, I mean, he's a trip. I like him. I told him, I was like, you need to come live with me in Mississippi. He's like, I'm coming. He'd be a good one to have. He has lots of kids. Yeah, I just don't think a lot of these people are real. You know, one time somebody suggested to just like stop and go down a street you don't normally go, like during your daily routine, and just go somewhere that you don't know, you know, that like the program is not expecting. And I did that one time. I just jetted down a street. I went to a shop I would never go to. I walked in, and I swear to God, for the first few seconds, everyone looked paused. And then they kind of came to life. And it was just like, really? Yeah. That's one of those experiments MA talked about, and I tried it out. I did the coin tossing thing, and I didn't understand that one, though. You've done it, Adam? Yeah, and then you see them. It's like for a few seconds, they look like, or like if you walk in there, they look confused, like just for a moment. Like, you're supposed to be on your way to work. I didn't know you were going to do this. Oh, no problem. Scott Baylo says, I was saying to my girl, I wonder if we walk into a random house, if anyone would really live there. Yeah. You know, like even in my neighborhood, like I never see people out really. I mean, you know, you see kids like random things walking around. But I just wonder, do people even live in half of these houses? It doesn't seem very active to me. Adam says also don't announce to the world you're going. Tell people when you're heading somewhere else. Yeah. Robert Woods. Now Wood. I feel the same way, Scott. It's like I have all these little houses around me, and I really just never really see any people. The most interesting thing is the people that live across the street from me. It used to be this guy, and he had like a couple of like big trucks. One of them was always broken down. It was a white truck. Then he moved out, and the people that moved in, they have a couple of trucks, and they have one white truck that's always broken down. And they're always out there fixing on it. It's just like the same bullshit over and over again. Never asked, by the way. Okay, whatever. The unaffected always want to know where you're going. That's one of the first things they ask, yeah. Raleigh says her childhood home changed up in like one day. Damn. It's rough when you see the local changes. That's what, Raleigh, I don't know if you've been on here, but that's what I've been going through today. Just like, you know, went around the town and just noticed like shit was different. It really bothered me. Robert Wood, you are a mystery. See, that's what I went through today. Like, streets were smaller, things were gone, businesses had closed down that I knew were open like a day ago. Scott Baylo says he was watching a neighbor decorate a lamp pole, and she spent 10 minutes at the starting point. Turned my head for 30 seconds and she was done when I turned back. Yeah. Lynn says she woke up one day in January and all the mountains had moved, position just slightly off. Yeah, Robert Woods, he's a mystery wrapped in an enigma, isn't he? I don't know. He reminds me of my brother. Like, my brother was at the height of his 30s. Yeah, he is something else. I used to watch you, Robert, sometimes, and my husband would be like, "What is going on over there?" I'm like, "The guy's shifting, right in front of you," and he's like, "Well," he's like, "I don't know about that." He's like, "It's just so crazy sounding," but it was like disturbing. And it's heart-wrenching to think that somebody you love is in a parallel universe and you can't be together. It's upsetting. I don't know how I would deal with that. I do love myself, Robert. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't change one thing. Scott Baylo, you should love yourself. You're freaking adorable. Raleigh says, "So, Robert, what do pod peeps eat?" Raleigh's got to go smoke a cigarette. That orange was pretty good, even though it's weird. It's a mystery. I just don't know about this place. This last shift is just, I don't know, if something feels off. It just feels like everything's smaller. Things are shrinking. I see the concept of Westworld, and sometimes I wonder if that's what we are. We're just like an amusement park in the inner ring. Maybe Antarctica is an ice wall and there's land beyond where the, overlords are. This is just like a game to them. I don't know. It's my husband thinks that. Ooh, logo. The movie from the 70s. There's one from the 70s. I gotta look this up. My husband thinks, I know you've seen him on YouTube, there's the circle and all the continents that we know over in there. And then there's another circle and there's another sun and all that, and then there's land beyond. Just like when we saw that Buddhist map for the first time, he was like, "That's it." He's like, "That's real." He said, "I personally saw that when I went above this place." I'm here, go. Future world. The domes. You believe about you think there's land beyond the poles? Oh, Robert Woods. Yeah, we gotta go see that. Raleigh says, Adam, we live in something more bizarre than any movie I've ever seen. I mean, especially when the people in this world that have power have so many strange beliefs, you know. Violence fee. Yeah, it's a bit better. It'll be alright. Have a good night. Hug those babies. They don't stay little long. Raleigh's smoking a cigarette. Smoke break. Who's streaming next? Does anybody stream in the middle of the night besides me? I have to because it's a secret. I'm not supposed to be doing this. When my shit got hacked and erased, like, I wanted to tell my husband so bad, like, you were right, people hacked me, but I didn't. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I'm over my time. It's like 12:24. Let's see. I got a notification. Who is streaming? Nobody. Ooh, Unimundi put something out, guys. He put out a new video. Ral goes live. Alright, well, I'll jump over there and see what everybody else is saying. I love you guys. See you on the next live stream. I hope y'all have a good night, and thank you for listening to me be like crazy emotional and depressed and upset. Love you guys. I hope y'all have a good night. I'll be praying for you, Patrick, especially, but all of you, I pray for you every day. And I love you. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.